Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great myself because today we're back again to take a look at another bad Steam Deck review. These things seem to be popping up left, right, and center at this point. And now I have much more of a ground to stand on when it comes to defending this thing because in case you guys didn't know, I actually got mine a couple days ago. And it's honestly been great. I've been really enjoying it so far. And I leave for Thanksgiving break in 2 days, so that's going to be really nice to have with me. Since, you know, shipping a desktop halfway across the country is a little expensive. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
Hello and welcome back to a new video. So as you can see, I have my Steam Deck inside of the protective carrier case, and that is because unfortunately I think I've come to the decision that I regret buying the Steam Deck and I think I'm going to sell it.
Minx, this is your chance. Buy the Steam Deck from this guy. You can finally do it. You can accomplish your dreams. But in all seriousness, let's go ahead and listen to this guy's complaints and figure out why exactly he regrets buying the Steam Deck.
Now, I originally bought the Steam Deck because I'm planning to do some traveling around Asia in the beginning of October, and I needed a gaming device that I could put in my backpack and I could just carry around with me and play some video games when I'm bored. And I thought the Steam Deck would be really great for that because it allows me to play PC games that I can't play on my Switch Lite.
So let me get this straight. You want a portable PC device and you got a portable PC device. What is the issue? I mean, you bought exactly what you wanted and you're still unsatisfied. I can't wait to hear these complaints.
So this is my Switch Lite, and in comparison to the Steam Deck, you can see how insanely big the Steam Deck is. Now, I don't have very big hands, but if you want to use my hands as a reference to see how big the Steam Deck is, it is just really big and bulky. It's okay if you're at home, but I don't really want to be putting this inside of my backpack.
My dude, what is that, like 2 inches bigger or something? God, this video is going to be really uncomfortable to make. Okay, but seriously, that thing is barely bigger than the Switch Lite. And also, I'll tell you right now, I know from experience, the Steam Deck is way more comfortable to hold than the Switch or the Switch Lite. And how is that little of a size difference going to make or break your decision to buy the thing? It's still extremely portable. And also, there are reasons for it being so much bigger and bulkier. You know, it's way more powerful. It's got a higher resolution screen. It has trackpads on the sides. Like, there's plenty of reasons for this thing to be bigger. And honestly, the fact that it's as small as it is extremely impressive.
When I can just chuck this into my backpack, job done, easy peasy. This thing doesn't weigh a thing, and it's got some pretty good games on it. It might not have every single game that's on Steam, but it's got quite a good collection of games on the Switch Lite. And I feel like I'd just rather have the Switch Lite. This thing is so weightless. Look, I could lift it with one finger compared to the Steam Deck, where it's just kind of heavy, kind of bulky. There's no way I would even try to one finger this thing because it's just a bit of a beast of a machine.
So the reason you don't like the Steam Deck is because you can't lift it with one finger. What the hell? Do you just actively go out of your way to constantly try and lift all your electronic devices with one finger? And if you're not able to, is that just the make or break right there? Dude, you are never going to be holding this thing with one finger. That's not how you play games. You're going to be holding it with both your hands. And also, to say that the Switch Lite doesn't have every game on Steam is a bit of an understatement. The Steam Deck has access to almost every single game ever made, and the Switch barely has access to any of Nintendo's own library. The only games it has access to are the ones that they decided to emulate with Switch Online, and of course any Nintendo Switch title they put out. But besides that, the Steam Deck has more support for Nintendo games than the Switch Lite.
So this is my backpack that I'm planning to take with me to Asia, and as you can see, when I close the Steam Deck into its protective carrier case, and I put it next to my backpack, it's actually very big compared to my backpack. It's like a third. This way, horizontally, it's a third of the size of my backpack, and then vertically, it is a third of the vertical length of my backpack.
Alright, first of all, I feel like I need to mention this. Buckle up, kiddos, because this dude is gonna say my backpack more than Malcolm says you know what I'm saying. And okay, it takes up some space in your backpack, but you do realize that there's more to a backpack than the horizontal and the vertical, right? We live in the third dimension, my friend. There's length, width, and depth. Trust me, I think your backpack is gonna be just fine. You'll have room for the Steam Deck and many more items, whatever it is, water bottles or whatever you're gonna take with you. But how much could you really be taking in that backpack? Genuine question. If you're going to be using it when you're out exploring Asia, how much are you really going to need to take with you? Because I would assume you're going to stay at like a hotel or something like that, and most of your stuff would be left there. It's not like you have to take around all your clothes with you wherever you go. And here's an idea. Maybe, you know, do some research. Oh god, this is going back to quantum again. But yeah, maybe do some research, figure out how big it actually is, and then measure your backpack to make sure it can hold it along with everything else you're going to be taking. Just a little suggestion.
So when I put it into my backpack, look how much space it takes up in my backpack. It takes up so much space in my backpack. It's so big, and compared to the Switch Lite where I can just slot it in there, look, you can't even see the Switch Lite. The Switch Lite just kind of disappears into my backpack, and then you can't even see it anymore. But the Steam Deck is so bulky, and already I can feel it's pretty hefty and weighty.
Little suggestion, you could also put the Steam Deck in that little back pouch right there. It will definitely fit there, trust me. But I'm just gonna say, dude, I'm not a big, strong dude or anything like that. I'm tall, but I definitely don't have the weight or the muscle to compensate for it. But if you're having trouble lifting a backpack with a Steam Deck in it, you are not gonna be doing any backpacking around Asia. Especially if you have to carry that thing around and multiple other things. Like, if you were struggling to lift that, you genuinely have a problem, my guy.
And I don't even have my other things in my backpack yet, like my laptop and my tablet. It just feels way better to have this Switch Lite in my backpack in case I want to do some quick on-the-go gaming. So my other problem with the Steam Deck has to be the price. So I was a bit silly and I decided to buy the most expensive version of the Steam Deck, which in hindsight is not really necessary.
So wait a second, you're mad at the Steam Deck and you don't like it because you bought the most expensive version. Oh my god. Imagine if I bought a 4090 and then after I bought it, I got mad that it was $1,600. If you chose to buy the most expensive version, that's on you. And also, I went over this probably hundreds of times in my videos on Quantum's take on this, but this device is very justifiably as expensive as it is. But yeah, I agree, the most expensive version is not necessary. In fact, what I recommend people do is get the middle of the road one, the $530 one with the SSD, and then if you need more than that 256 gigs of storage, buy a micro SD card that's like a terabyte or something like that. Put it into the Steam Deck, and then boom, you have a Steam Deck with over a terabyte of storage, and you've spent less than the most expensive model, and you have more than double the storage.
So there's different models of the Steam Deck. There's the cheapest version, which only has about 120 gigabytes of storage, I think. And then you got the mid-range version, which has about 250 gigabytes of storage. And then I decided to buy the most expensive version, which has 512 gigabytes of storage.
This man did so little research, he didn't even know how much storage the base model has. It does not have 120 gigabytes. It has 64 and it's hard drive, not SSD. That's why I strongly recommend if you're looking into a Steam Deck, get the middle of the road model and then do the little micro SD card life hack that I taught you about. You get that SSD, you have a decent amount of internal storage, and you get a nice keyboard theme as well.
And that cost me about £565. Compared to this Switch Lite, which only costs about £200 when I bought it from release. I think it came out in 2019, which is when I bought it. And the reason why it's kind of silly to buy the most expensive version of the Steam Deck for the storage is because you can actually put in an SD card. All you needed to buy was a £20, is it £20 or maybe £100? 1 terabyte SD card and put it in there.
And how is this a bad thing for the Steam Deck? This is exactly what I just said. If you knew about this, why did you buy the most expensive version? Just buy the less expensive model and then do what you just said. How is it a negative for the Steam Deck that it allows you to do that? Just because you bought the wrong model doesn't mean the Steam Deck is bad.
And then you would have boosted your storage by 10 times and you wouldn't have had to spend the extra, what, £200 on the bigger version of the Steam Deck. Not the physically bigger version, the bigger storage version. So my other problem with the Steam Deck is, although it can play PC games, which is great and everything, I don't know why you would want to be playing so many hardcore PC games when you're traveling. For example, I'm going to go to Thailand in October. Am I really going to be sitting around at home playing video games all day when I should be exploring the country, seeing what it's all about, enjoying the food and the people and the culture, and trying to get new memories and experiences in life?
What? I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? How is the Steam Deck a bad product because you want to go out and explore Thailand? What does that have to do with anything? How does that prove that the Steam Deck is bad? It's not like Gabe Newell is gonna show up to your hotel with a gun to your head saying, oh, you better stay on your Steam Deck all day and just play hardcore video games. I am genuinely so confused right now. Dude, if you want those experiences, then go out and have them. How is it the Steam Deck's fault if you stay at home and play video games on it? What kind of complaint even is this?
I don't really see why I would want to be sat around playing some kind of dedicated PC game when I really should be doing other things in my life at this stage. I just kind of regret buying it now, and I really don't see myself playing a lot of PC games when I'm out and about traveling, and I don't really want to sacrifice so much storage space in my backpack just for this big thing, when I'll probably not really use it a lot. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to decide not to bring it with me to Thailand.
So let me get this straight. You wanted a device that could play PC games portably in a handheld form. You got that, and now you are upset because you didn't want a device that could play PC games in a handheld form. What the hell is going on? I am genuinely so confused right now. If you don't see yourself playing a lot of PC games when you're out and about traveling, then why did you buy it? This whole video makes absolutely no sense.
And I think I'll just go with the Switch Lite. I might not even bring the Switch Lite, to be honest, because I'm not actually playing a lot of video games these days. I feel like I'm at a stage in my life where video games are just something you do when you don't have anything better to do. If I had more interesting things in life to do, I'd rather be doing that or trying to be more productive. It's just when I've got nothing to do and I can't think of anything to do and I've done all my chores and done all of my little tasks I need to do, I don't really have anything else to be filling my time with, and that's when I play video games. I'm trying to change that habit of mine, and hopefully traveling again will give me more things to do, and that means I won't really need a dedicated PC gaming handheld device. Also, again, the battery life, I'm not really that impressed with it. It lasts about an hour, and I don't know anyone who only plays games for an hour. For example, if you're stuck in an airport or on an aeroplane, 1 hour of gaming is pretty rubbish. And where are you going to plug this in to charge it? You could bring some power banks, and I do have some power banks here.
Okay, I will say, the whole battery life thing is a valid complaint. The battery life could be better, but at the same time, he uses the worst possible example for this. Every airport I have ever been to, no matter where it is, has always had little charging stations at the seats where you're waiting to board the plane. And on top of that, he makes his own point even more invalid by pointing out that he does in fact have portable chargers. But why do you need them if you're not even going to be using the Steam Deck on the go anyways? This whole video makes no sense.
Got these two power banks that I velcro together. This one doesn't really charge the Steam Deck because it's too low of a wattage. It only has like it's like 10 watts or 15 watts or 20 watt charger for mobile phones and tablets, and it does charge the Steam Deck, but very, very slowly. You cannot play games whilst charging with this at the same time. You just drain the battery faster than it charges. So I got this chunkier, beefy battery bank, which is like 100 watts. So this is actually for laptops and more powerful devices. You need at least a charger that has at least a 40 watt power outage, so it has enough power to charge the Steam Deck, because it's quite a beefy machine. And even with this big thing, I think it's about 26,000 milliamps. But in reality, it only has about 15 or 16,000 milliamps of actual chargeable electricity inside of it. Because when I did my testing, with this plugged in, the big one plugged into the Steam Deck whilst playing Hitman 3 for hours and hours, this thing drained so quickly. It drained my battery bank in about 3 hours. So you got 1 hour from the Steam Deck's battery, and then 3 additional hours from this big fat battery bank. So you got about a total of nearly 4 hours of total gameplay.
Funny enough, you get that or less out of the Switch Lite. So I don't know why you're holding the Switch Lite in such a high regard when it has basically the same issues. Yes, the battery life is a little longer, but it's really not that much better. But in your case, I don't really see why this applies. You said you don't even really play games that much anymore. But either way, I guess I'll give him that point. He really needs it after all the other terrible points he's had throughout this whole video.
I mean, you could buy another 2 of these, and then you could triple your battery life to like 9 hours or 12 hours. But you're really going to carry 3 of these? It already weighs a ton. So I'm going to have to carry all this, plus this. This is like, oh, it's like a laptop. The weight of this is so heavy, it's like 2 kilograms. And as someone who likes to travel light, This is really killing my travel light backpack and my setup. This is really going to hurt my shoulders and my back when I'm out and about, and when I'm going from hotel to hotel and getting on trains and going hiking and stuff. I really don't want to be lugging this around.
I swear to God, this dude makes SpongeBob look like Larry the Lobster. If a 2-kilogram machine is going to kill your back, you just should not be traveling, period. Honestly, dude, right now you sound like the type of person who would say, oh, if it's not first class, I can't ride in it. I need the utmost quality and comfort, and I will not stand for anything less. Like, is anybody else getting those kinds of vibes? That's exactly what I'm getting. And dude, if you think 2 kilograms is a lot, how about this? Come to the States, come by my school, grab my backpack, and try carrying it around for a day. Now that is something that will mess up your back.
Look how heavy that is. When in comparison, you could probably get like 12 hours of battery life from the Switch Lite just using this tiny, smaller battery bank. I still have to bring the battery bank because I'm going to need battery juice for my phones and stuff, but I'd rather just not have to bring this with it when I probably won't realistically use it a lot. I don't really see myself using it a lot because, for example, when you're traveling in airports and you're on planes, you're usually very tired and stressed out because now you got to sit on an aeroplane for 10 or 12 hours straight.
Well, I don't know about you, my dude, but nothing relieves my stress quite like some good old-fashioned gaming. Also, not everybody constantly takes 12-hour flights, my guy. When I head home for Thanksgiving break, my flight is gonna be like 3 hours at most, hopefully only like 2.5. But here's my question. If you weren't gonna do some gaming on a plane anyways, then why were you complaining that the battery life wouldn't get you through the plane ride? You just said you were gonna be tired and stressed out and you weren't gonna be playing games. Thank God this video is about to end.
And it's going to be really uncomfortable and unpleasant. It's not really the kind of atmosphere or environments that you want to sit back, relax, and have a good time playing video games. It's kind of a situation, environment where you just want to put your heads between your knees and cry and just pray that this stupid plane journey is going to be over soon.
I'm sorry, what? How did we get to this point? We went from this dude saying that the Steam Deck was bad because he didn't want to play PC games on the go, to now him saying that the Steam Deck is bad because instead of playing some video games to relieve some stress at an airport, he wants to put his head between his knees and cry himself to sleep. How did we even get to this point? This is one of the most random videos I think I've ever covered.
I just feel like I'm going to be too stressed out to be able to enjoy any kind of video games, and I won't even take this out of the bag, really. I'm just going to try and shut my eyes and try to fall asleep. So I think I kind of made a mistake buying this for the purposes of traveling and gaming at the same time, and I think I'm going to set it on eBay maybe.
For the love of God, please sell it. Minx, you know what to do. You can buy it. You can finally have a Steam Deck. And dude, please never touch a gaming device ever again. What the hell was this video? You know what? I'm not even going to try to question it. Let's just go ahead and wrap this up. I think my brain has fully decayed at this point. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I will catch you all next time.